What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing a fantastic day. My name is Marcus. This is Discover Ignite, where we discover possibilities and ignite change. And here on this channel, I like to share with you guys things that I'm personally going through in hopes to help you along your journey. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, remember to subscribe and hit the like button if you do enjoy this video. But in this video today, we're actually talking about breath work. And I myself have experienced many different breathing techniques and have benefited from that. And so in this video, I want to share some of those breathing techniques and understand that the breath is extremely strong. And a lot of times we don't realize this, but when you're breathing, we forget that we can control our breath. Right? A lot of times it's just a normal thing. Our body will breathe on its own, but we can control it. And when we do control it, we can actually control many other different things in our life, to include like our focus and our aggression, or us just being calm, right? To essentially stop our nerves from getting out of control. And this is one thing that I've noticed has really helped me. And I do talk about another thing called meditation a lot. And breath work, is kind of the prelude to meditation, right? It helps you get into meditation and get more into that mindful state a lot quicker when you are concentrating on the breath and working on your breathing work. And so breath work is something that I've slowly transitioned into. I did read a lot of different things, especially I read this book about a Navy SEAL, and he talked about breath work a lot. He did talk about meditation a lot, and I didn't really differentiate between the two, but the more I got into it, the more I realized that there is a big difference between breathing techniques and meditation itself. They can, yes, be wrapped one in the same, right? Or go along, or it can be combined to really bring you a whole new avenue on life. And I myself wouldn't believe this, but breath work itself, right? I'm a big believer in not taking medications, right? If I can hack it some other way, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so getting into breath work has really changed my outlook, and it's really allowed me to focus, really allowed me to calm myself down, especially when there's a lot of traumatic things going on in your life. There's a lot of major events. You don't know how to react to that, right? And so you notice that whenever you start panicking, or whenever you start, feeling at unease, right? Or you start feeling angry, if you take a moment and concentrate on your breath and take deep breaths, right? I'm not just talking about a single deep breath. There's studies that say you should at least take 5 to 6 breaths before essentially executing on anything, right? And that's ultimately what we're talking about here. Now, there's many different breathing techniques, and I've actually been experimenting with a breathing technique called it's not holistic, but it is holotropic breathing. That's what it is. It's the name of it escapes me, but that's exactly what it is. Holotropic breathing, which is actually when you lay down, you're listening to music, and you essentially lay comfortable. I've only done it for probably about 20 to 30 minute spans, but you're supposed to technically do it like an hour to 3 hours. They even have places you can go where you essentially spend all day doing the same exact thing, right? Where you lay down, you're listening to music, and you're breathing, right? You start off slow, deep breaths, and then you eventually go into this like fast pace, almost like you are it almost seems like you're going into labor, right? Because you're breathing so fast and so deep, and you start hallucinating a little bit, right? That's what you're supposed to eventually get into. And then from that point, you just essentially calm yourself down, and then you start listening to that inner voice, right? Which is a little different, but I'm all about different lately, because it's really has expanded a lot of my beliefs about stuff. And especially because I'm the kind of person, again, that doesn't like to medicate myself. If I can avoid it by doing some natural way of doing it, I'm more for that. And so I've experimenting in these different breathing techniques, and really found there's some dramatic differences in just my approach and just the way I feel. And I noticed that just my interaction with other people, I've noticed my energy is like through the roof, and I get ecstatic, and I try to be conscious of these things. And it's all because of working on this stuff, right? Maintaining myself with this breath work and with meditation and stuff like that, it has really made a dramatic difference. I'm a much happier person. I don't get, angry when I drive. Not to say that I really did before, but, I feel like a much calmer person because of this. And it's something I truly believe will help you, right? And I've talked about this before, about going through some hardships in my life, and dealing with my father's death, and dealing with a divorce, and dealing with a bunch of other different things in my life, that if you can break it down to the basics and just worry about the breath, right? Just worry about, meditation and stuff, right? But this video is obviously more about breath, and the breath in itself, it does such dramatic differences when you start concentrating on something, and it takes also takes your mind off of all the chaos that's maybe going on in your life, which is extremely important, and improving everything else in your life. This is improving, just your immune system, improving your focus, improving, your sense of self-awareness by concentrating on these things. And you realize that, life changes a lot, and it changes dramatically. If you do this even just for a week, you notice the changes because of the fact that you are, you're getting more oxygen to your system, right? To essentially provide yourself with more energy, to provide yourself with more clarity. Because another good thing to point out here is the fact that we only like half breathe, right? If you've ever noticed, we don't take full breaths. When you're just breathing on a normal, consistent basis, you're not taking a full breath. Now, this is something I have observed, right? I myself, is that I don't take a full breath when I'm breathing, when I'm not concentrating on breathing. So that's why it's important, when you do concentrate on breathing, to breathe very deeply and to get as much oxygen into your lungs as possible. And again, you notice that right after doing this, you feel dramatically different. I've gone into it many times, into a situation, perhaps my day hasn't been going very well, and I can sit in silence and just concentrate on my breath, and then concentrate on that specific breathing technique, and you come out of it just re-energized. You come out of it a whole different person, a whole different mood. It's a phenomenal feeling, and I highly suggest, if you haven't picked up any breathing techniques, to definitely do it, because your world will change. Your world shifts, and my perspective on everything in life is completely shifted over the past couple months. And this being one of the big reasons, right? Aside from meditation, breath work has been right there for me, and changed my outlook on everything, right? And to realize that I have a tool in my toolbox, one of many tools that allow me to shift everything within a few moments. And to have a tool like that can dramatically change your life. And to realize that you don't have to pop pills and all these other crazy things, right? You can do this on your own. And so, again, something you need to check out. You need to go out and check, maybe holistic. It is not holistic, but check out different breathing techniques. Google it, find out what works for you, and do it, right? Now, some of these, again, breathing techniques are pretty intense, just to be aware, but I'm guarantee you, if you stick with it and get through all these exercises, different breathing techniques, they definitely pay off, and they'll definitely change everything on the drop of a dime. So again, if you do enjoy this video, remember to hit the like button on the way out. Until next time, I will see you guys later.